It was a day of mass protests across the UK. In London and Manchester, students and union members marched to protest against the rise in student tuition fees and the harsh public spending cuts. They argue this will lead to students missing out on university places or becoming impoverished, while hundreds of thousands will lose their jobs. The government says the measures are necessary to cut the huge budget deficit.
This government, which got to power by lies and deception, is destroying systematically and as quickly as possible, before they're thrown out, the post-16 sector of education in the United Kingdom, principally in England.
What happens in Parliament isn't carved in stone. This isn't 2,000 years ago with the Ten Commandments. This is the 21st century. We're able to overturn laws, we're able to get rid of governments, and we're able to resist laws that have been passed through Parliament, especially when that Parliament doesn't have a mandate. They didn't say they were going to do this. They said they would protect the NHS. They said they wouldn't raise VAT. They said they wouldn't raise tuition fees. And what did they do? They lied on every single count.
The protesters converged around Parliament and the ruling Conservative Party headquarters nearby. But the police were out in force to protect both buildings. Later, to avoid police kettling tactics and to express their solidarity with the Egyptian people, the protesters marched to the Egyptian embassy around a mile away. Another large protest was already taking place there to call for the overthrow of the Mubarak government and to champion democratic rule.
Egypt is not a kingdom anymore, it's a republic. And according to the constitution, the president is an employee of the people. We are not happy with his performance. We haven't been for the past 30 years. Why is it a surprise that we want to fire him? The people want to take down the regime. He should get the message.
This demonstration came as Egyptians have defied curfews in an unprecedented display of public anger over Mubarak's rule and over poverty, repression and corruption.
These protests today were not as big or as eventful as the protests held in December, but they do illustrate deep public anger over public spending cuts and rising tuition fees. And when those spending cuts really do begin to bite, probably around the middle of this year, and people start to lose their jobs, then more anger on the streets and more demonstrations are inevitable. Roshan Mohammed Salih, Press TV, London.